Hello, everyone. I'm the soloist, and that was really loud. I'm sorry. And welcome back to some more Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm very curious about the fact that this says login, so I didn't click beyond it. The only other thing that also wasn't seen visually on the screen was a boot sequence, like a computer boot sequence. What? Side stories, files. So I have it's a whole computer. Songs. Interesting. Pictures. I have different wallpapers I can have. Oh, I can have the poems as wallpapers. Secrets. A sketch of Sari's initial character design drawn by David Evelyn. Acquisition procedure in Act 1. Call Sari for help during Natsuki and Yuri's argument. Oh. Interesting. Mail? Interesting. Can I click these? Oh, okay. There's a delete button. Howdy, Kingsley. Welcome. Game file. Poem words? Oh, shit. Is this the winning words for each person? Oh, it's going. It's going so well. What does that say? Horror? Oh, Yuri. Really, horrors for her, huh? Disown? Wait, am I crazy? Did I not? I didn't see Monica. What's Monica's winning words? Scripts. Okay, can't open any of those. So the game is playing on the computer in the game. Interesting. What's in these folders? How goes it this evening for you? I don't think there's nothing. There's nothing in those folders. It's a whole system backup. Yeah, this is interesting. Test? Meeting notes. Updated development timeline, new tasks, test cases for new genetic models, server time optimization idea, automatic data collection, data migrated to encrypted file share Monday. VM2 roadblocks, row on VM2, everyone else in VM1 for data collection. Visual renders, audio data, persistent variable tampering, timestamps, excessive server time needed, meeting over time. You know who went on too many tangents again and need to be more assertive about staying focused. What was this a meeting for? Insecure director. I was supposed to have dinner with friends at 7:30 and dozed off around 7 and didn't wake up until close to 8. Oof. That's all I can say to that. This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. Do not copy them here. Ray is working on setting up a proxy mail service so we can have proper remote communication without having to worry about the higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then. Paula. What? What are they hiding from their higher-ups? The absolute silence of the space right now is really funny. Also, to actually properly communicate like a human being. That kind of sucks. Like, I understand. What? Interesting. Elevated access permissions. What are side stories? Or stories of friendship that are unrelated? Interesting. That happens. So I get that. As long as everyone was understanding, then I'm sure you're fine. Also, I'm sure there was something a little more, like, hidden away in those files. I just didn't really care to go hunting like that. Should be this one, right? All the way back in October. That's crazy. Is this where I left off? I just have to assume and guess. Because I don't know. Who's talking? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Solo lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do... I'm sorry. Dude, I'm 2 lines into the Doki Doki Literature Club game, and they're out here just fucking shooting off. Stay hydrated, everyone. Natsuki. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. I hope everyone enjoys listening to the sound of my fucking voice, because that's all you're gonna get. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words collide, the words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. Just burped really hard, I'm sorry. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. Oh, cast me to voice your anime mean girls. I'll do it. Who needs whoever voiced Rebecca for Cyberpunk Edgerunners when you can just have me behind my Yeti microphone? It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Solo. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Okay. Weird-ass way to write that. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we got to... Oh, get to. I know how to read. I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I'd still hey, I love me some dark and mysterious. That sounds so fucking out of pocket. Women, adult women, everyone's aged over the age of 18 in the game. The game has told me multiple times. But I'd still walk home with Sayori. That's my friend, dog. I've known you for at least a decade and a half, according to the game. It didn't actually state how long, it just said many years. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Solo. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, time to make a poem at the speed of light. We're talking about spinning. Alright, dude, we're talking about charm. That's a swimsuit. Tragedy. What? Why was that for her? Give me a fucking nibble, dude. Give me that daydream. Those headphones. How about agonizing? Maybe a strawberry starscape. A little determination. Maybe some anxiety. I don't know what the fuck that word means. Give me some passion. But a little bit of shame. Give me some grief. Why is this all for her? But a grief on the playground. Hit me with some... hit me with some joy. And some candy, you know, but also give me that summertime love that's vivacious. Alright? It's infallible. Raindrops. That's the speed I really need to do those poems at. I think it makes the most sense. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry. I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano? Raindrop? The top that drops? I had to say it like that. I don't want to know what the copyright looks like. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination. but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? Huh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Mon-ika. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. The joke makes no sense in translation. Monica, you can't go 2 for 2 on calling out this fucking game. She did that earlier. She said she gave her tip of the day, and it was to talk about saving before important moments. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Mm-hmm. Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Ah. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Solo, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Solo. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Solo. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Huh? Me? What? Sorry. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Solo. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? Huh, I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Ah. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. She's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So, I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her. Oh! Sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Oh, relax. You didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Damn, dude! You just gonna fucking tell everyone? Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something so stupid. Oh, there's no so there, but it felt right. Oh, it's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Solo, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Oh. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she were searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, A person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. My credit limit is so high because of you. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Read. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Poem time. Let's start with Natsuki. Which, I understand that my emphasis splits it into, like, a hyphenated name, and it should just be, like, Natsuki. I don't care. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No. Gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's... It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Get! Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight. A sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with a message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic then trying to impress me by coming up with something like fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Let's go talk to Miss Nonverbal. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Solo. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Huh? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Solo? I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... Yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? Hey, give me the music back! Give it back! I didn't like that. You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. Sorry. I don't know why, but the way he said a wavelength or something, I instantly saw Bella Swan fucking shaking her head through 3 words. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. Wow! So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Solo. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori. I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Solo. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Oh, Sayori. Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I didn't get to read her poem. Oh, you bastards. I would like to save the game. Go ahead, Yuri. Well done, Solo. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monika. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing, and I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Solo? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. Well, that's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Huh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome? How unlikable of me. Oh, Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. Oh, I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to that. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Oh, fuck. I forgot. She writes in cursive. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. I want to know who wrote these sick-ass poems for this game. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chewie? What is it? Sorry. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. Yeah, Chewy Wood isn't as crazy. Dog, that yawn came out of the blue. All right, absolutely blasted forth from my chest, so I had to give it a joke. All right, I needed a goof. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Who should I show my poem to next? Oh man, it's almost like there's only 4 women in the room and I've already spoken to 3 of them. I wish it would just go into the final option, but it wants me to choose Monica of my own accord and capabilities. But instead, I choose hydration real quick. Everyone, stay... I was gonna say stay thirsty, my friends. Was that Dos Equis? Is Dos Equis the one with the most interesting man in the world advertisements? This is a quick tangent. Because if it is, I remember when they tried to give us a new, younger man to be the most interesting man in the world for the Dos Equis ads, and everyone hated it. Dos Equis is a beard. A beard? Actually, What type of alcohol are you? And I think it's Dos Equis. Hold on. The most interesting man in the world. Yeah. I was right. That is a beer. The most interesting man in the world was an advertising campaign for Dos Equis beer. Yeah, they started in 2006. Like this particular ad set, this ad campaign. The campaign ended in 2018. It was 12 years of these ads. It's like, but I remember that they tried. I don't know, dog. I'm explaining it to you. Just sit down and listen, young steer. Okay? Sit down and buckle in. All right? I was explaining. Anyways, I remember this ad campaign very fondly. Now, there's a lot of ad campaigns for beers out there, obviously, because that's just the tactic they have to do. I'm glad we get to get this underscored by Doki Doki Literature Club, and no one cares for this tangent. Because you've got the Budweiser frogs. That's it. I actually don't know any other beer campaigns that have been as successful. I know all the other funny ones. I don't remember who took the "What's Up" from Scary Movie. That might have still been Budweiser, actually. Who knows? Budweiser has the other funnier ones. But the most interesting man in the world is a campaign that, as we just learned, ran for 12 years. That was their ad campaign, was just these ads. 12 years of these ads, which is an insane thing to do. But in 2016, a whole decade later, they tried to switch to a younger guy. What I recently learned is that Billy D. Williams of Star Wars fame was in the beer campaign. I think there's more relevant things to Billy D. Williams' credits outside of Star Wars, but that's a fair choice to use to credit him, and I know why you did it. The Doki music is very much adding a wonderful layer to the info dump. Thank you. But in 2016, right, so after a decade of this one actor playing the most interesting man in the world, because the character is not given a name, he's just the most interesting man in the world, they tried to switch to a younger actor. And I remember for a fact that, like, no one liked that. They did not like that very much. And there were a few ads where it was this younger, like, the last 2 years of this campaign was a younger actor instead of the original one. But I remember there were ads with the younger actor that also included the older actor in it, because they realized that no one was tuning in for the new guy because they had just had a decade of being accustomed to the older gentleman. And I was like, well, yeah, of course we did. We were given a decade of the same man being the most interesting man in the world and being the most ingrained into our minds campaign for a beer ever. And then you tried to change it. Of course we're going to be in uproar. So they just started putting that guy like in those and then like rerunning mainly the old ones rather than the new ones. And then they stopped the campaign. And I think that's really funny that they were going so good for a decade. And then they were like, oh, we should get a younger guy. And then they blew it. They blew it. They got 2 more years out of this young guy, and then it flopped. And I think that's insane, but that's also a testament to the way that we as a society view certain things. And I want you to hold on to that, okay? Hold on to that. Remember the most interesting man in the world. That campaign ended 6, almost 7 years ago. Isn't that insane, guys? And I still know it so vividly. I couldn't drink alcohol the entire time that this campaign was running. But I know this campaign so well, and that's also a thing for cable television, because holy hell. But like, the most interesting man in the world. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed that. No, what? I just thought it was interesting because I only learned that when I met him briefly. Congrats on meeting Billy D. Williams. Just throwing that one out there. Holy hell. Oh, that's silly. Why would they switch him? Because people are dumb. I'm sure Monica enjoyed fucking waiting. Hi, Solo. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, Being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Ahaha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I met him at a convention I was working at. He's getting up there, but he's a really nice guy. He is getting up there. Speaking of people getting up there that I thought were going to live forever, rest in peace to Tony Todd. I've yet to say it out loud on one of these streams, but he passed away this past week, and I think that's insane. Yeah, he was 69. And that's crazy to me, mentally. It's so fascinating. I've grown up on so many movies that have Tony Todd in it. I love The Crow. I love Candyman. I use that for a project. Candyman is fantastic. Another tangent. I hope you all enjoy. What was I saying? I enjoy Bloodworth in the Final Destination movies. I like when he crops up in, is it Tales from the Hood? It is Tales from the Hood. Other movies, Hatchet, like the Tony Todd is just everywhere. And I think it's really funny. And he had such a great voice, and he was such a great man. Rest in peace. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy. It's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? Ah, no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth, the lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Interesting. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? Me explaining to Kingsley's roommate why I don't drive behind log trucks? Final Destination 2 is a great movie. People give it a lot of shit because of the fact that the characters don't all know each other beforehand, which means that we don't get as much of interplay with their relationships as we do in the other the other 3 movies. One of those movies doesn't exist. Can you take a guess on which one? It's the one without a number in its title. I hate the Final Destination. Terrible. I brought it up first, bro. That's actually really funny. You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. Whoa, don't say it like that. Don't talk to me, Monica, okay? You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out? Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? I don't trust this game. Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Oh, jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. That is the word sigh. It's not a sigh, it's just the word sigh. I'm not. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Oh, seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Damn, Monica! I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. Damn, Monica. Yeah, that's correct. Monica fucked that up so fast. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? Drama! So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Solo. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's... Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give you a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Solo may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. I can't. I'm sorry. She was... Every conversation where Yuri and Natsuki go at it is like someone gave Yuri a loaded gun and she fired every round point blank into Natsuki's chest without blinking. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Solo to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Solo to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Oh, jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Solo, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm gonna go with... Oh my god. Why she got the ellipses? I'm gonna go help out my friend that I've known for years. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors and... But Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry. I didn't mean for this to be a difficult... Just think of the club, okay? Whoa! They just told me to go fuck myself on my choice? What? Well, you know, I'm gonna help Captain Cupcake, then. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Huh? Just a minute ago you were saying that. That's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it, after all. That's... good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Solo? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. What the fuck? It's not... I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help? That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. She has two. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. But you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number, and I said it like 2 words. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over my house. No, that is what it says. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. That was a little deep there, dog. You good? We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you'd better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you just say you were... fuck, words. Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like... in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never get to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. This is such an intense conversation if it's just about baking. Yo, dude, they're having a conversation like baking, and in my mind, it should be written like a Disney Channel special, and instead it's written like an episode of the CW's Riverdale. It's far too dramatic. See you Sunday. See you on Sunday. I know how to read. I'm a man with eyes. Never mind. She said that, oh, never mind. And all I could hear in my head was the fucking thing from Scott Pilgrim. And it's like, next time, I'll be deadly serious next time. Never mind. I love my brain. It holds so many references. I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. The CW's river sale? We're selling this river. How much you want? You can't afford it. Oh, I'll afford it all right. I'll afford all the river sales you could ever think about. Sorry. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. Stupid phone. Dude, I thought river sale was on purpose. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. Why was that so funny? Which part, what I said or you saying stupid phone? She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. Oh, what I said? Oh, I don't know. It's probably the 3 years of improv training. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. I'm concerned. There's no music. When there's not music, that's when I get my most scared. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? That was a cute room. Was that a fucking Angry Birds bird back there? Hi, Solo. I sit down in her room. Scared? Yes, scared. Do you not see the warning when the game loaded up? That it's not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed? Every time music cuts out in this game, I think the worst is going to occur. Nothing has occurred so far in my 3.5 hours of playing. It's not 3.5 hours, but whatever. But still. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. Nope, I was not there for that. Oh. Yes, you were. Because it happened once I loaded, like, Doki Doki off of the fake computer. And you were here when I was going through the fake computer stuff. You just weren't paying attention. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. Or I was. I have a bad memory. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait. How did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Solo. Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? Hey, yo? Dog. Whoa. We are in the deep end, okay? I did not ask for Blade Runner 2049, okay? What the fuck? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori? I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So, tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Solo. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Solo? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Sorry, that's not funny. That's a real thing people suffer with. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? And that's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. Yo, me too. Yeah, dog, that's a real thing people suffer from. I'm fucking aware. That doesn't mean I can't be caught off guard when my silly little romance fucking visual novel game throws it at me. Okay? I'm allowed to be caught off guard. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Whoa, don't make this about you, motherfucker. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Solo. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Get out of here with that chuckle. Get out of here with that cute-ass chuckle. You just said something incredibly dark and serious. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So, that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Solo. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. Sorry for that total shift. I looked away from the mic to scratch my nose. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Get hugged, dipshit. Solo. Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm about to speak into the mic, real nice and deep, real velvet. Give you that chocolate thunder. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Solo. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Sayori probably has a wild Tumblr feed. Oh my god, that's gotta be the most depressing Tumblr feed in the history of the universe. 100%, dude. It's just... Oh my god. I bet you every other Tumblr post she sees is that one image that would circulate around circa 2012 when Roar XD was going around, so you know the visual of the type of person I'm talking about. And it's just the image of their forearm, and it just says, these these marks aren't reminders. They're my survival. Some shit like that. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Solo. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Solo. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Ah, it's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I'll look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki's about to come over, too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I spent only a few minutes back at home anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Sup? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. Sorry, the fucking screen wipe was far funnier than it should have been. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki's carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she is a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Solo? Oh, come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Oh, this is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey. Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Dude, Natsuki's Tumblr feed has also got to be wild. It absolutely has to just be ridiculous. Her feed is filled with fucking femdom. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? Not the oh no. And just because I don't have a mature... Oh my god, what is this sentence? Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki? Forget it. I didn't say anything. No, I should apologize. She's definitely a performative activist online. Natsuki cares about every cause ever that has ever been created, but she's also the worst person to have push forward your cause because she's the meanest person. She's the meanest person you could have push forward your cause. Stay hydrated, my friends. No, Natsuki, you definitely said shit. Yeah, she really did. She said some wild shit. I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate, too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey, was that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. Haha. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Solo. She's gonna fucking jab that shit at you. She's gonna fucking get ya. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. No! Sorry, I cannot explain to you what that no is about, but just know, Kingsley, that is a response to you specifically. Fuck, that's funny. You're correct. No one gets any context, and that's okay. Maybe I'll give context later. I don't know. I have to think on that. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flowers, spilled fluid. Don't... Just say spilled milk. Just say you spilled some milk. Spilled fluid? Did you spill some fluid, Solo? Yeah? And plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Solo, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so... Oh, come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun? Damn, it's the same hair color and everything, Kingsley. You really threw that one right into my peripherals, and I saw it with my whole eyes. Alright, it's the Alice baseball scene all over, just showmanship. I can't get over that priceless reaction. Can't you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, it does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following the instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if it... What? It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it... Yeah, okay, I know how to read. Makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki's proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that, too. Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. Oh, I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. I don't like where this is going. I've watched enough anime. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish. I'm faster. Yeah, Edward? I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. You really logged on tonight to play this, and I bet you didn't expect these guys would be fighting with icing while baking. No, the fuck I didn't. No part of me could have guessed that, ever, at any point. Oh. Hold on tight, Spider. No, I don't even want to say that with this visual on the screen. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. I need you to let go of her wrist. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. What the fuck are you about to do? No! No! Don't lick the icing off her finger. It's gone! It's gone from the visual. No more icing on the finger. Me too, Natsuki. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki's so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Natsuki, kick that man in the nuts. Her face is entirely red. Solo, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to the girls. Unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? Bitch, you're the one. You just licked the icing off her finger. She has all the right to ask you that question. How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Because you're holding her wrist. What the fuck is this game? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Eh? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Yes, fire alarm. Dude, I've never been happier for a fucking fire alarm. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers in over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. Thank God. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then, I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing, like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Oh, look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. Good, yes, like nothing ever happened. There was never any sexual tension in this room. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that'll make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like, happy birthday, or whatever. Huh. I see. Fresh out of the oven, that icing will melt so fast. I was thinking about that. That gives me an idea, actually. Huh? Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature-themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so... Maybe I'm getting it from you. No, shut the fuck up, dude. Stop. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Oh, come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Huh? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. Fucking good. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Excuse me. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Oh, come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, the fuck was that? What was that? What was that little tidbit? What the fuck was that little info you just gave me? I was hoping you would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Oh, already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can eat one singular cupcake and be fine. I don't know. It sounds like she's got an abusive father, dude. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that. Did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her, like I wanted? I almost said a word I couldn't. Dude, you licked icing off her finger while pinning her to a wall. Insane actions. Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Huh? What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. Sorry, I see that. Yeah, so, I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga, if you want to read manga or go out somewhere, do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. I bet you had so much fun. I've never wished more that I couldn't read. I've never wished more that I was illiterate. Can you imagine this game without the ability to read anything? Actually insane. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you. Solo. thought you only cared about getting this done. No, he's just lying to you. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. He doesn't want to actually hang out. I really didn't want to. I would really stay longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so. Whoa, back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. Toki Toki illiterate club. Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Oh, wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision along with her slightly parted lips. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, that! What is happening? Back your ass up, girl. Too close. You're fucking with my groove. My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. What is this? I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Huh? Hi, Solo. Sayori. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Solo. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? This is worse than Twilight, a book that I have read before. Insane the things changed between that book and the movie. Anyways. That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't need any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here to see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Sola? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Solo. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori. What I said before is true. Kingsley roommate wishes to inform us that they are experiencing 4 ads in a row and are missing this dramatic part. I recommend subscribing. You get no ads. You get no ads if you subscribe. I'm not going to let this continue. I'm sorry. So sorry. Shameless plug. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Solo. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started liking you too much. I did this to myself. Solo, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Give to you. I know how to read. I want to know how this route plays out. I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings. So, there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Solo. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Solo, is this really okay? Yeah, in the Club fam? I hate that. Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Solo. I want to be with you forever. Me too. Fucking dramatic. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. Oh, do you know what that's referencing? Oh, probably not, admittedly, knowing me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Solo. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, oh, it's an internet thing. You said club and that's the whole thing. I'll show you later. What? Oh, I love the internet. I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always was. Always has been. I know how to read. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Solo? Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Oh, that was cute. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki's already texting up a storm, but I can't respond, thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Solo, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. Oh, that's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. Where the fuck is my music? They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Ahaha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Solo. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Hey, Monika, how do you know about that? You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monika, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Hey, why the fuck are you being so weird like that? Don't talk to me like that, Monika. Eh? Monika is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh, yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Percentile. It's just get out of my head on repeat. Me just now actually reading her name and seeing it spelled with a K. What did you think her name was? Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Hey, yo! What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. With a C like usual. Oh, is that usually how Monika is spelled? With a C? Solo? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Cryptic ass poem. Yeah, the hell it was. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monika calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. There's no music. There hasn't been any music this entire time, and I'm very uncomfortable about that. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Fuck! Game script, chapter 5 reply, line 307. See traceback text for details? What the fuck is that? That's a thing for the computer, ain't it? I don't like the music. I didn't like that this is what the final fucking minute of the stream was. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for... Also, sorry for how loud I yelled. I didn't get to click anything. It just auto-fucking jumped to showing me that image with loud noises, and I got fucking spooked. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Listen, I yelled too. That's fair. Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, watched her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. I knew what was going to happen, so I was waiting for Kingsley's reaction. Why'd you just have that knowledge? This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. Never. It's just a lot of nevers. I wasn't going to keep reading that. Oh, just end? End? Oh! What? Hey, yo! Hey, yo! What the fuck is happening? Oh... Oh, I didn't fucking like any of that. Music? That's it. No, there's definitely more. There fucking has to be. Especially because it loaded that weird bullshit where it's all broken. I have all the new images now. I have more sketches. The first concept sketch of the complete cast drawn by David Evelyn. Review the file poemwords.txt for any anomalies. Oh shit, I wasn't reading it like that. Oh, sketch page by David Evelyn to test and compare different hairstyles for Sayori. In Act 1, tell Sayori you would still walk home with her. What the fuck do you mean anomalies? I'll have to look into that next time. But until then, thank you all so much for joining me for this next stream of Tokidoki Literature Club. I'm going to have to go sit on the couch now until my heart starts fucking racing. Make sure to have your everything tuned in for tomorrow when I'll have to come back to this. I guess I get to enjoy a delayed month of October. Normally I have scary games all through October, and I feel like I only had them for like half, and now they're all in November. And they're coming for me. If you enjoyed, check out everything that is backlogged over on YouTube. And that's it. Yep, no, just that. Follow me here. If you hate ads, like Kingsley's roommate does, then you should subscribe. It helps it so that you don't get pulled out of the action when your cool gamer bro over here is playing games. That was awful, actually. That was a terrible sentence I just said. I'm so sorry. But thank you all so much again, and I will see all of you tomorrow.